ऑफ मनी, डिमांड फॉर मनी, ट्रांजैक्शन डिमांड। मनी जो करेंट ट्रांजैक्शन के टाइम नीडेड है वो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है रियल जीडीपी और प्राइस लेवल के। स्पेकुलेटिव डिमांड, मनी हेल्ड टू टेक एडवांटेज फॉर फ्यूचर इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी, इन्वर्सली रिलेटेड होता है मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट से। बॉन्ड एंड इंटरेस्ट रेट रिलेशन, व्हेन इंटरेस्ट रेट फॉल बॉन्ड प्राइस राइज, पीपल प्रेफर बॉन्ड। स्पेकुलेटिव डिमांड फॉर मनी फॉल्स when rates are very high, people expected rate to fall and price to rise. Buy bond now, speculative demand for money is low. Liquidity trap, interest rate near zero. People indifferent between bond and cash, both give same near zero return. Central bank losses control, cannot stimulate the economy by increasing money supply. Velocity of money, price level into aggregate output divided by money supply. Money supply measure in India, RBI. Major component and liquidity use cash. M not Reserve Bank. Reserve money, currency in circulation plus bankers deposit with RBI highest basis for all other measure. M1 currency with public plus demand deposit plus other deposit with RBI high short term liquidity analysis. M2 M1 plus saving deposit with post office moderate broader liquidity including postal saving. M3 M1 time deposit M1 plus time deposit with bank moderate or low total monetary resource in banking. M4 M3 total post office deposit excluding NSC lowest broadest measure of money supply. Reserve Bank of India 1935 में सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया की फंक्शन इशू करेंसी मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी बैंकर टू बैंक बैंकर टू गवर्नमेंट लॉ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर आरबीआई एक्ट 1934 पब्लिक डेट एक्ट गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी एक्ट 2006 रेगुलेशन 2007 बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट 1949 फेमा 1919 सरफेसी 2002 क्रेडिट इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनी रेगुलेशन एक्ट 2005 की इनकम सोर्स बाइंग एंड सेलिंग ऑफ गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड बाइंग सेलिंग फॉरेन करेंसी प्रिंटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग मनी करेंसी नोट मिनिमम रिजर्व सिस्टम आरबीआई मेंटेन मिनिमम रिजर्व ऑफ 200 करोड़ 115 करोड़ इन गोल्ड बुलियन 85 करोड़ इन फॉरेन करेंसी रेस्ट बैक्ड बाई गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी इशू करेंसी issues all currency note except 1 rupee note. Manage currency of the country. Monetary policy control money supply and inflation via bank rate and reserve ratio SLR or CRR. Banker to government act bankers as a banker agent debt manager for government. Banker to bank for deposit of commercial bank. Provide fund during crisis. Advice on monetary matter. Regulate commercial bank. Ensure SLR, CRR, regulate branch expansion, overseas merger and winding up, lender of last resort, offer emergency loan to bank institution facing near collapse, custodian of forex reserve, manage करेगा safeguard country foreign exchange reserve, governor of RBI, proposed by Financial Security Regulation Appointment Search Committee headed by Cabinet Secretary, tenure maximum 3 years. Eligible for reappointment, no specific qualification required. RBI Act 1934 can be removed by central government. Section 7 of RBI Act allows central government to issue direction to RBI in public interest after consulting governors. No such provision in Constitution. Annual report on trend and progresses of banking in India. Half-yearly financial stability report, monetary policy report on forex reserve. Bi-monthly देता है मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी स्टेटमेंट. क्वार्टरली इंडस्ट्रियल आउटलुक सर्वे, कंज्यूमर कॉन्फिडेंस सर्वे, अदर रिपोर्ट ऑन फाइनेंशियल रिव्यू. कमेटी रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ आरबीआई. उषा थ्रोट कमेटी 2004 आरबीआई शुड मेंटेन 18% ऑफ टोटल एसेट एज रिजर्व. मालेगम कमेटी ट्रांसफर इंटायर नेट प्रॉफिट एनुअली टू आरबीआई. Bimal Jalan Committee on surplus distribution should consider total realized equity surplus transferred only if realized equity exceed requirement 5.5 to 6.5%. Bank of India Commercial Bank governed by Banking Regulation Act 1949, divided into scheduled commercial bank or non-scheduled. Schedule जो listed second schedule of RBI Act 1934 must have minimum paid up capital and reserve of 5 lakh, must prioritize depositor welfare. SBI largest public sector bank, comprehensive banking, nationalized by government, Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Indian private bank, private sector Indian, HDFC, ICICI, private foreign bank operating in India, HSBC, Standard Chartered, regional rural bank, rural credit 50%, central government 35%, sponsor 15 state government, small financial bank और पेमेंट बैंक, कैपिटल उज्जीवन उत्कर्ष, एयरटेल, इंडिया पोस्ट, पेटीएम, जियो, NSDL, माइक्रो फाइनेंस प्लस 10 year बैंकिंग एक्सपीरियंस, NBFC, रेसिडेंट इंडियन, NBFC मोबाइल कंपनीज, ये लोन एज 50% मस्ट बाई PSL और 50% PSL बिलो 25 लाख, नो लोन, पेमेंट बैंक लोन नहीं देता है, डिपॉजिट yes no restriction, only demand deposit maximum 2 लाख पर कस्टमर, पेमेंट बैंक में, रूरल बैंक में 15% मैंडेटरी इन अनबैंक्ड रूरल एरिया, नॉन मैंडेटरी 25%, क्रेडिट ये नो, कोऑपरेटिव बैंक गवर्न बाई कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी एक्ट 1904, फोर टायर, सेंट्रल कोऑपरेटिव बैंक डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल में, फंड प्राइमरी एग्रीकल्चर और क्रेडिट सोसाइटी, स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव बैंक स्टेट लेवल में, प्राइमरी कोऑपरेटिव बैंक अर्बन और सेमी अर्बन नॉन एग्रीकल्चर कल्चरल में, लैंड डेवलपमेंट बैंक, फार्मर क्रेडिट फॉर डेवलपमेंट, अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक ब्राउट अंडर RBI रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क बाय बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट 2020, NABARD फुल्ली owned by गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, रिफाइनेंस टू कमर्शियल कोऑपरेटिव रूरल बैंक, एग्रीकल्चर एंड रूरल डेवलपमेंट, CDB गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया विद अदर इंस्टीट्यूशन, growth of small industry, Exim Bank government of India, foreign trade and export credit, National Housing Bank government of house financing, Mudra government of India, micro finance, NAFED government of India, infrastructure financing, foreign bank in India, wholly owned subsidiary model, minimum capital 500 crore, at least 50%, board must be Indian national, RBI for commercial bank, RBI plus state government for single state cooperative bank, NRI bank deposit and DICGC, FCNR freely convertible foreign currency, interest principal non-taxable, freely repatriable term deposit only, NRE Indian rupee interest principal non-taxable, free current saving recurring fixed, NRO Indian rupees interest principal repatriation current saving recurring, nostro or bostro account maintained by Indian bank in foreign country for easy forex clearing, bostro account maintained by foreign bank in India with their corresponding Indian bank, SWIFT Society for Worldwide Interbank Finance Telecommunication Messaging Network used by bank to securely send receive in financial information such as money transfer instruction, DICGC Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation under DICGC Act 1961, wholly owned subsidiary of RBI, coverage up to 5 lakh per depositor per bank, including saving, fixed, current, recurring deposit if multiple account in same bank, total entitlement 5 lakh only, premium paid bank, mandatory for all SCB, local area bank, foreign bank with India branch, cooperative bank, exempted deposit, foreign government, central state government, interbank deposit outside India, state land development bank, deposit with a state cooperative bank, deposit specifically excluded by RBI. Monetary policy tool and money creation by banking system, CRR cash reserve ratio, percentage of deposit that commercial bank must keep as cash with RBI, not interest bearing, SLR per statutory liquidity ratio, percent of deposit bank must maintain as liquid asset, cash, gold, approved security before giving credit. Repo rate at which RBI lends money to commercial banks short term against security. Reverse repo rate at which RBI borrow from commercial bank. RBI absorb excess liquidity. Bank rate at which RBI lends to bank without collateral, long term borrowing. Marginal standing facility, bank borrow overnight from RBI up to 1% of NDTL at MSF rate above repo rate. RBI buy sell government security to inject or absorb liquidity. Money multiplier or money creation. Money multiplier, how many times an initial deposit expand to form total money supply. Money supply, high powered money. Higher money multiplier, more effective banking system in creating credit. Multiplier increase with increase in banking habit of people. Fractional reserve banking, fraction of deposit as a reserve and lend the rest, create money through repeated lending. CDR, currency deposit ratio, currency in circulation by demand deposit. Reserve deposit ratio, reserve cash plus deposit with RBI by total deposit. Reserve component, vault cash in bank or deposit of commercial bank with RBI. NBFC for Basel norm, priority sector lending or NPA. NBFC regulated under Company Act 2003 cannot accept demand deposit, cannot create credit, not part of payment and settlement system, no deposit insurance by DICGC. Type asset finance, AFC, loan company, investment company, infrastructure finance company, microfinance institution, core investment company. Scale based regulation for tier 1 vessel base layer NBFC BL, tier 2 middle layer NBFC ML, upper layer NBFC UL, bank like regulation, tier 4 top layer ideally empty. SI NBFC, systematically important NBFC with asset size exceeding 500 crore, maintain higher CAR 15% and stringent liquidity disclosure norm. Nidhi company included in NBFC. Definition, registered under Company Act 1956, regulated by Ministry of Commerce, Corporate Affairs, accept deposit from and lend to members only. Cheat fund, covered in concurrent list, regulated under Central Cheat Fund Act 1982. Rule framed by state government. RBI does not regulate. SEBI Act excluded cheat fund. Basel norm, Basel Committee on Bank Supervision governs global banking standard. India currently follow Basel III norm. Capital adequacy ratio, CAR, banks capital by risk weighted asset into 100, minimum as per Basel 3 10.5%. Capital 1, tier 1 capital, primary funding, shareholder equity and retained earning. Tier 2 capital, revaluation reserve, hybrid capital instrument, subordinate term debt, less liquid and reliable than tier 1. LCR, liquidity coverage ratio, bank must maintain adequate liquidity to survive 30 days of financial stress. PSL, priority sector lending, 40% of adjusted net bank credit or credit equivalent of off balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher. टॉप प्राइवेट सेक्टर में 40% ऑफ टोटल नेट, एग्रीकल्चर में 18, स्मॉल और मार्जिनल फार्मर 10%, वीकर सेक्शन SC/ST वुमेन स्मॉल 12%, माइक्रो फाइनेंस एंटरप्राइज 7.5, RRB और स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक 75%. PSL की सेक्टर एग्रीकल्चर, MSME, एक्सपोर्ट, एजुकेशन, हाउसिंग, सोशल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी. नॉन कंप्लायंस, shortfall deposited into RIDF, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, NABARD, Urban Infrastructure Development Fund, CIRB, Mudra, NHB. PSLC, Priority sector lending certificate. Banking exceed PSL target can sell surplus to bank falling short. Ensure overall PSL objective is met. NPA loan where principal interest is overdue for more than 90 days. Agriculture loan short duration crop overdue more than 2 crop season. Long duration crop overdue more than 1 crop season. Standard account timely payment no NPA. Substandard asset NPA for less than 12 months. Doubtful asset NPA substandard asset for more than 12 months. Loss asset identified as irrecoverable not fully written off. SM special mention account 0 overdue 0 से 30 days. Early stress symptom SMA 1 31 से 60 डे. SM2 61 से 90. Written off loan recognized as loss removed from balance sheet. Bank may still attempt recovery. Stressful asset sum of NPA written off loan and restructured loan. India NPA data 29 फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट 24 से 2.8%. 2 in balance sheet problem stress faced by PSB or corporate sector. 4 balance sheet extended TBS to 4 sector bank infrastructure company NBFC real estate. NPA resolution mechanism सरफेसी एक्ट 2002 बैंक कैन रिकवर ड्यू by enforcing security interest without court intervention. IBC insolvency and bankruptcy code 21 TK विश्वनाथन कमेटी रिकमेंडेशन ट्रिगर मिनिमम डिफॉल्ट 1 करोड़. रिजोल्यूशन टाइमलाइन 180 डेज. एक्सक्लूडेड विलफुल डिफॉल्टर कीपुलर NCLT और IBBI रेगुलेटरी बॉडी. NARCL नेशनल एसेट रिकंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी लिमिटेड बैड बैंक buy stress asset from PSB to discounted price. Joint venture of PSB and government capitalized by PSB's equity. Government and NIIF government guarantee cover loss portion. IDRCL India Debt Resolution Company Limited operational arm of NARCL handles day-to-day management and resolution of distress asset. Prompt correction action PCA bank below threshold in capital ratio asset equity placed under PCA restrict branch expansion and dividend payment. AQR asset quality review RBI conduct to evaluate and classify stress asset. SDR strategic debt restructuring allow lender to convert debt into equity. Take control of company asset. Camel framework bank performance evaluation capital adequacy asset quality management efficiency earning quality liquidity key institution and banking reform. Narasimhan committee 1991 or 1998 advocated merger of strong bank recommended reduce government interference in bank operation. Mission Indradhanush 7 pronged ABCDEFG strategy for PSF appointment BBB capitalization de-stressing NPA employment autonomy framework governance Gyan Sangam conclave bank board bureau middleman to separate PSB from government control. Core banking solution branch less centralized banking platform. NAFRA National Finance Reporting Authority इंडिपेंडेंट रेगुलेटर अंडर कंपनी एक्ट 2013 चेयरपर्सन और 15 मेंबर. कवर कंपनी पेड अप कैपिटल ग्रेटर देन 500 करोड़ और टर्नओवर 1000 करोड़. SFIO सीरियस फ्रॉड इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑफिस नरेश अंडर कमेटी रिकमेंडेशन इन्वेस्टिगेटेड व्हाइट कॉलर क्राइम. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर. DICGC डिपॉजिट इंश्योरेंस 5 लाख कवर पर डिपॉजिटर पर बैंक. Each framework enhance access and service excellence framework to improve PSB financial health. Credit related term collateral asset pledged as security for loan. Teaser loan low initial interest rate as incentive risk of subprime lending. Insolvency inability to pay debt when due, bankruptcy, legal declaration of insolvency, bail-in, bank account deposit used to stabilize itself, bailout, external rescue using public or taxpayer fund, willful defaulter, borrower intentionally failed to repay greater than 25 lakh outstanding, large defaulter, borrowing with outstanding greater than 1 crore, account classified doubtful or loss, ICR, interest coverage ratio, EBIT by interest expenses, higher ICR, better debt serviceability, over leveraged company, high debt, struggle to meet interest payment, high financial risk, credit rating agency, India, CRISIL, ICR, KR, SMERA, Fitch India, Brick Work Rating regulated by SEBI, credit rating agency global, Fitch rating, Moody's, S&P.